This is a follow-up video to the video I did talking about the fact that I don't recommend estate sales, because I got quite a few people who ask me, well, what do I recommend? The short answer to that is there's no one-size-fits-all to any of this. The first thing I recommend is if you have aging parents and you know at some point you're going to have to deal with this, I recommend that you get a file folder and you start to compile information in that. If you hear of an auctioneer or an estate company or an organizer who handles downsizing, or anyone like a consignment shop, put the information in there, because then when the day comes that you have to deal with that, you already have all those resources at your ready and you can start calling people and talking to them. Obviously, when someone passes away, the first thing is the family has to come in and get out what they want. And then you have to determine how important is it for you to get every dime out of what's in the house or the household items. For instance, when my dad died, it was really important that I get as much out of the household things in the house as I could, because my mom's still alive. She's at a retirement home. She needs that money to live on. And so I needed to go at that with the thought that, I've got to squeeze every dime out of that I can. In that instance, I had every resource that I've ever used, and I used some new ones because, as I've talked about before, my parents were hoarders, organized hoarders, but hoarders nonetheless. The first thing was my dad is an avid gun collector and had a lot of gun books and related items. We are fortunate here in this area. We have an auctioneer who specializes in gun auctions, so that was a no-brainer. I called them and they came in and hauled all that away up to auction, and we did really well with that. There are a lot of other auction houses. There was one I called in particular who handles more specialty things. So they took over the collection of all the Indian artifacts and military things that Dad had collected, as well as his collection of sad irons. So I sent that to kind of a specialty auction house. Then there was the fact that a lot of what my parents collected, like Dad had like 75 or 80 cake plates. I can't do that in one auction. I'm not going to get any money. So I broke up things into like 12 of this, 12 of that, 12 of this, and took probably 4 loads up to another auction company so that they could periodically run an auction and sell off those items. I called my antique dealers in. They came in and walked through the house and they all selected things and bought things that way. There were things I took to a consignment shop, things like weren't antiques and collectibles, things like artwork on the walls and lamps, things like that. I took to the consignment shop. Then we had 2 online auctions for the household contents. Now, things like plates, cups, glasses, that stuff went to donation. And some of what my mom thought were valuable collections went to donations, because nobody's interested in the mishmash of all different kinds of cordial glasses. Nobody's collecting that anymore. Salts, no one's collecting salts. So a lot of that stuff, I just did not have the time or energy to try and get $1 or $2 for that. And that went to donation as well. So the online auctions for the house stuff, we did the upstairs, which was all the furniture and a lot of the collections, things like Dad had a lot of ruby glass and Vaseline glass and cobalt glass, and there were banks and all kinds of things like that. So the auctioneer and I went through it and lotted it all up, and we did an online auction. Most of the furniture brought like $1 or $2, but at least I didn't have to have it hauled away. So that is what it is. Then we had a second auction, was the basement contents, and that was things like the garden tools and the lawnmower, the snow blower, the rototiller, Dad's mechanics tools, all the woodworking tools, because all of that sells really great at an auction. So, and some of the collectibles that were in the basement. So that was the second auction. So, like I said, not a one-size-fits-all. I couldn't have done just a one-day auction at my parents' house. We would have gotten pennies for things because there was just too much stuff to sell. So I wish I could just tell you, oh, this is the way you go. It's not that easy. But start to get resources, start to find out about people. But try calling an antique dealer, or try calling an auctioneer if you have auctioneers around. Have them just come in and walk around. You don't have to say yes if they offer to buy things, but let them walk around and kind of give you an idea of, yes, we have things that are valuable, or no, this is just stuff nobody wants, so that you have some kind of grasp of what you're dealing with. And again, it depends. How much time do you have to devote to this? If you have a lot of time, it took 6 months to clean out my parents' house. So do you have a lot of time to devote to this? Because if you don't, then you just kind of need to get to it. And how much do you need to wring out of it? Do you need every single dime out of it or not? So I'm sorry. I wish I could just say, do this and hey, that's it. It doesn't work that way. It depends on your area. It depends on what the resources are that you have. It depends how much time you have to commit to this.